Did a little side trip today to New Freedom, Pennsylvania, to the North Central Railway where they do excursion train rides on weekends. But it's not a weekend, it's not convenient for me to come here on a weekend. So I thought I'd stop by and just get some shots of the train anyway and see where it is and try to refresh my memory. I've ridden some of these trains up in this part of Pennsylvania, and it's just been so many places I've been to so many years ago. I can't remember all of them. Well, this one's not looking familiar. I don't think I've been to this one before, but it's been on my to-do list for many years. Hopefully on my way back from Canada I'll be able to stop by here and ride this train on the weekend. Pennsylvania is a smorgasbord of things for people that like railroads. I stopped in at Alecraft Brewery in Railroad, Pennsylvania, only to find the boxcar produce stand out here in the parking lot. They don't have any produce today, but they got a nice little railroad thing there. And oh heck, let's just look at it. It's a beautiful little place here to sit out and enjoy the afternoon. They've got a bunch of craft beers and stuff in there. I've got about 3 stops. I met a local in there, and he told me of a couple other places to stop and visit that are just 5 or 10 miles down the road. So let's go. Railroad, Pennsylvania. Who would have thought? Just dumb luck. A place that I found just roaming around in the RV looking for interesting places to go. Just a couple of miles away from the last location that I was at is Stewartstown Railroad, another excursion train. And again, if you're a railroad enthusiast, this part of Pennsylvania has so many different trains and museums and things to visit. I invite you to come if that's what you're into. This is Muddy Fork Creek.
Muddy Creek Forks, yeah.
Muddy Creek Fork.
There we go. It is a fun place. We have train rides on those motor cars that are down there. When we're open, the mill and the grain elevator are both open. The store. You want to come in?
So now this is more a general store or the home base for the railroad, or?
Yes.
Both. Okay.
There was another building between us and the mill there.
Okay.
It was the old store. When the railroad was first built, that was the railroad station. But then when they built this store in 1899, they built the railroad station right into the store. So
Okay.
so that actually is the historic station here.
Take you a minute to get the lights on, I'm sure.
This is the station of the original spitting prohibited sign. The man who built this store also started his own telephone business.
Mm-hmm.
It was a big business for this southeastern corner of York County. We had 4 mail trains a day here. They dropped it off here, and the big case over there was all hats. That was a hat case back then.
Love all the old tins up there. We used to get potato chips from the Charles Chip guy.
Yeah. And the labels on these cans down here are photocopies of historic labels that they might well have had actually stocked in here 100 years ago. We do demonstrations of this elevator. It's a working freight elevator that was built when the store was built in 1899. So. You look up in there, I don't know whether the camera will pick it up, but it's toward the window. You can see the mechanism that runs the elevator. I can play the Victrola if you want. This is what the village looked like in 1917. So look, there's a snake in there.
Oh,
right
wow.
there. Oh my gosh. We have today, this is an antiques guessing game. So you get down there and you figure out what all these things are. This man right there, that picture is A.M. Grove, who was the person responsible for most of the development of the village. This room focuses a lot on the railroad. It's a telegraph equipment from various ma and pa stations. The telegraph was how they kept the trains from running into each other.
Well, oddly enough, a lot of this stuff I had in my home growing up. I lived on the remnants of a farm that had been there for a couple hundred years.
We had a cannery here in Muddy Creek Forks. The next little town up the way had a huge cannery. Look at all the people that worked in there in the summertime.
Pretty neat.
Is all things from the Maryland-Pennsylvania Railroad's Whiteford Station. These are Edison battery jars. And you realize that when he built this store, he was building it to be a place that people wanted to come to for generations.
Well, this is a perfect example of the place that you find when you're not really planning anything. I stumbled across Mall and Paul Railroad, and let me get it right here at Muddy Creek Forks, Pennsylvania, and ran into Jean, who's a docent, and she gave me a complete tour of the general store here. Now, that's a barn find for you if anybody's into old vehicles. Now this is what they have to do train rides at Paul Railroad. Little open cars, a small little engine. It's probably like a yard engine of some kind. I don't know what you would call it, or more like a maintenance truck. I stayed here years ago with my kids and stayed in one of the cabooses. There's a car at nearly every train car, so they must be open. They've had problems over the years with water and sewer and different things. I've not kept up with it, but I'm guessing they've got their problem solved and they are open and booking cars for people to stay in. I came here years ago with the kids, but it was worth coming back for a visit just to share with anybody that's not been to this part of Pennsylvania and seen all of the railroad museums, excursion trains. It's just a hotbed of train paraphernalia, train obsession, train activity in this area. You even walk under the train and see all the gear and how everything works underneath. So the Strasburg train ride is right directly across the street from the Pennsylvania Railroad Museum. I rode this train years ago with the kids. I wasn't too impressed with it then. It just goes up a few miles and comes back. About a 45-minute ride. About 20 minutes of that seemed to be sitting there waiting for them to switch the engine to the other end of the train or something. But at least I got a picture of it going out of the station. It's going out every hour on the hour. And a lot of people here today riding. So it's, if you've never done it, it's something worth doing. I'm not really into toy trains or model trains or anything like that, but if you're a train enthusiast, I thought you might want to see this, so I'll do a quick walkthrough. If you're into model trains, I guarantee you could spend all day in here looking at all the different trains, all the different little makes and models.
sightseers appearing at the view. New York City metropolitan area, and some of the stations there, one is Manhasset, that's in on Long Island, and then there's Dodge City, prep school. Then of course, we jump off Long Island, that's the nice part of the layout, we go to Greenwich, Connecticut.
There it goes.
Now, where is the actual motor in that?
In that
Oh,
center
in the
piece
train.
of the train, yes.
Okay. So it's just showing that the motor's strong enough to spin all of that. Good marketing ploy.
Isn't that wonderful?
All the trains have little cards in front of them showing who donated them to the museum. That's all for this trip.